Okay. Good afternoon and welcome. For those who I haven't met before, I'm Barbara Fiala, chairperson of the Broome County Democratic Committee. In a few minutes, you will hear from our special guest, Lieutenant Governor Delgado, who is and he is no stranger to Broome County. But first, I'd like to introduce our candidate for New York State Senate. Leah was born and raised in Binghamton, has more than 15 years of experience as a community organizer, served 8 years as a Binghamton City Councilwoman, where she successfully advanced support on key issues such as affordable housing, good paying jobs, small business development, and much more. She is a proud union member. I thought that, but I would have been upset if I didn't get some applause on that. And an educator at Binghamton University. She has a long history of fighting for working families in our region and state. So please welcome Leah Webb.
All right. Are we at a rally, family? Are we at a rally? All right. 6 days from now, we will be successful in changing not only the trajectory for our communities here in Broome County, here in the Southern Tier, but across the entire state. Do y'all believe that? I am excited that all of you are here because none of this is possible without all of you. So thank you to all of our current elected officials, organizers, labor members, everyone that plays a role in ensuring that our democracy really lives up to what it's supposed to for our working families across the state. And I just want to say that with the 6 days that we have remaining to this historic election on many fronts, that everyone not only takes this time to reflect on what this moment in time means, but that we commit even further to building this movement for equitable change for our entire state, not just during this election cycle, but moving forward. Can we all commit to that?
Yeah.
To join all of my colleagues here in bringing the same message to our capital in Albany. So let's do this, y'all. How many days we got?
6.
Y'all ready for change?
Yeah.
You fired up?
Yeah.
No? Yeah. I believe you fired up?
Yeah.
So let's do this, y'all. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Introducing our county executive who has been doing some tremendous work in our county to, again, make sure that our needs as working families are being addressed. So please join me in welcoming our county executive for Broome County, Mr. Jason Garner.
I'm the only person that's going to be speaking that's not up for re-election this year, so they told me to keep it short. They told me to do that.
Next year.
But first of all, I just want to say something about Leah. She has taken on a race that her opponent has just been absolutely nasty. Every day we wake up, we go into the mailbox and we see, the latest terrible thing, right, that's happened. I was raised, my parents told me that if you don't have something nice to say about somebody, don't say anything at all. And if you're running for office and all you gotta do is attack somebody, you have zero agenda. I just want to say thank you for the class that you have in running this election. Things real quick. People are like, why elect Democrats? Let me just rip off a list of things that have happened the past year. And it's because of Democrats like Governor Kathy Hochul. It's because of Democrats like Mr. Delgado here, who got it for Broome County, right? Passed the American Rescue Plan. Let me tell you about a bunch of projects really quickly. I think it's important that people understand this. We see, you go into Broome County, go to any part of Broome County, you see cranes up here, cranes up there, construction here, projects going on here. The mall, $155 million project, total renovation, American Rescue Plan dollars. Victory Building, the largest building in Broome County. People said we got to tear it down 7 years ago. Big housing development. IBM Country Club, the saddest eyesore in Broome County, get it knocked down for affordable housing. Battery factory, thousands of jobs coming here to Broome County. We're going to finally make batteries in America. I could go on. The governor came in, announced $40 million for Binghamton Airport. Now we have new flights. We haven't gotten new flights in 20 years. We have new flights to Florida and New York now. And just a couple other things, because facts actually matter. I hate to say it, I'm sorry, but like facts do matter. Go to the DCJS, that's the Department of Criminal Justice website. Crime is down in Broome County 17% over the past 5 years. Just a fact. Does that mean that there's not more that we can do? Absolutely, there's more that we can do, but it's just a fact. And unemployment is at the lowest level in Broome County since 1990, since I was in 6th grade. All right? That's just an fact here. And that's because of the governor. That's because people like Mr. Delgado, LG Delgado, and and I'll just tell you a personal story. Yesterday, walking with my friend Josh Riley, who, by the way, is going to become like the first Broome County person from Broome County ever to win Congress. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I'm walking with him in this battery factory, and they're talking about, when we ramp up, we're going to be making 12,000 batteries a day out of this place. And then they're like, when we build the next one, by the way, we're demolishing all those buildings, right, for this new factory. They're like, when we build the next one, multiply that times 38. 12,000 batteries times 38 times 360. We came up with like 160 million batteries a year that could be produced in Endicott, employing thousands of people. I'm walking with this guy because he cares, and he says, I want to be a partner with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a current representative of Congress. She's never stepped foot on that campus. We got finally someone who cares at the federal level, right? Yep. He's going to do it. And he's going to work with me, along with Leah and our candidates, and that's why. That's why, because we are absolutely working to get things done and working to make the lives of our residents better. I'm going to tell you another person who's been on the next election. My job is to introduce her. You know her, all right? She's been working for 18 years to make this county a better county. Again, another race in which your opponent only has lies to say. Her opponent says this is the worst, the crime's crazy here. What are you talking about? Look at the facts. Every project that I talked about, Don Lepardo has been behind it. Don Lepardo is behind the scenes. She's not a flashy person. She's not going to say, I did this, all that kind of stuff. But you know what? There's a difference between bragging about it, and there's a difference between putting the hard work in and doing it. And Don Lepardo shows up every single day, and she has done for 18 years. And dang it, she's going to do it for another 2 years. Come up here, Don.
Yeah.
Thanks to all of you. I know you really want to hear from our superstar Lieutenant Governor, but I just want to thank all of you for your hard work, for your commitment to this
We
community.
can't hear you, Donna. We can't hear you.
Is this working right here? I just want to thank you all for your hard work, your commitment to this community, your dedication to doing the right thing, your interest in electing the right candidates. You're right, Jason. I work behind the scenes every single day on your behalf because this community deserves people who show up, tell the truth, have integrity, and care to get things done. I have a commercial.
Yeah.
Off with a commercial that was the most sincere statement of my feeling on this community. People always talk to me about the way things used to be. And I want to tell them, have you seen things lately? Have you seen what we have accomplished together lately, working with our governor and lieutenant governor and their assistance and their insight and their commitment, working with our partners at the county, working with all of our partners who care so much, working to put these pieces together. Thank you, Jason, for putting that list together. People are surprised when they see the progress that we're making. We believe in this community, and we are not letting it go. And we're not going to have people come in and try to distort our record, try to change the truth, and ignore the facts of the matter. We are getting better, we are gaining, we are bringing on jobs. I feel very positive about this community. But, folks, I need a partner in the state senate. I need that person right there. I need Leah Webb.
Yeah.
I need a fellow majority member in the state senate. It would be enormously helpful to this community, to me, to all of you, to have her leadership, her experience, to have her perspective represented at the state capitol. And then for us to have a congressman who I'm going to introduce right now, Josh Riley from Endicott. Josh is going to bring a fresh perspective, a deep love of this community, a partnership that we all need at every level, from the state, federal, government, local level. Come on over, Josh. Our next congressman.
Anybody but Kenny.
Hello from County! Wow, that was loud. Pretty good. I'm so thrilled. Organized labor is here. You guys have had my back from the beginning. I'm going to have yours. We have a bunch of students from Binghamton University are here. Love seeing students stand up to vote. And can I say, we are 6 days away from this thing. The unsung heroes of this entire operation, I think all of us would agree on this. The campaign staff who have been working so hard for so long.
Yep.
Leah Webb is running one of the most inspirational, spirited campaigns in the entire state. We have got to get her elected. Let's do it. Donna Lombardo has delivered results time and time again in this community. She needs another term. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
Jason Garner has done amazing work in the county. My parents, you all know this, I come from a Republican family. My parents are Republicans. Donna and Jason were two of the first Democrats they voted for. That's saying something. That's a big deal. So I want to say two things here. One is a question. Who here has voted so far? Show of hands. I need to see a lot of hands. All right. Who here has not voted but has a plan to vote? Okay. Who here has not voted and does not have a plan to vote? I'm looking in the back. People hiding back there. All right, good. Because when people raise their hands for that question, what we do is I have a team and they grab you by the collar. They take you down to the voting location. They force you in there. No. Good. Everybody needs to get out and vote, and get out and vote early, because the first thing I want to tell you is all of us are in incredibly competitive races. This is a really, really tight year. I don't want anybody to take anything for granted. Everybody needs to ignore the polls. Everybody needs to ignore the headlines. And everybody needs to roll up their sleeves and focus and get out and vote early, because when you vote early, it helps all of us, because it means we don't have to chase you down later in the week. So one thing to take away from today that I'm telling you is get out and vote early. This is a really close race. Our race, you guys all know, Anthony Brindisi's last race was decided by about 109 votes. Our race is projected to be about as close as that. Everything we do in the next 6 days is going to matter. And the stakes are incredibly, incredibly high. You know, I'm running against Mark Molinaro, who has said since the Dobbs decision came out that he thinks abortion should be decided by politicians, and he is completely wrong about that. I'm pro-choice. I'm endorsed by Planned Parenthood, and I believe that abortion is healthcare, and women's healthcare decisions are women's healthcare decisions, and nobody else, and certainly not politicians. And then you got Republicans who have been telling us for how long that they were going to rip away women's rights to reproductive freedom, and they did it, and now what are they telling us? Kevin McCarthy is up in Whitney Point today. Talking about how they're taking away Social Security and Medicare, and if they tell you they're going to do it, you got to believe them. That's what's on the ballot in this election. Our democracy is hanging by a thread. My opponent lost a special election on August 23rd to Pat Ryan. By the way, that was the first time he lost this year. We're about to knock him out a second time.
Yeah.
And after that election, election, he put out an official campaign statement and said that that election was rigged. Right now, when democracy is hanging by a thread, we need to protect our democracy, strengthen our democracy, restore our faith in our democracy, and restore our faith in each other. That's on the ballot in 6 days, and it's why we got to get out and vote.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, my opponent's campaign is bankrolled by corporate PACs. He's taken a whole bunch of money from the same oil companies that just posted record profits while folks here are struggling to get by. He's taking money from the same pharmaceutical companies that are trying to roll back all the good work we just did to lower prescription drug costs. I've never taken a single penny of corporate PAC money, and I never will, because I'm going to Washington to fight for you and nobody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And introduce my good friend, the Lieutenant Governor. I just want to take this opportunity, as we're coming down to the last few days of the campaign, I just want to say thank you. Lieutenant Governor, we had a conversation, reminded you of a conversation we had about a year ago when I was about to go thinking about running for office, and I asked you for some advice, and one of the things you said is, look, running for office, it's one of the most inspiring things, and it goes both ways, the candidate and voters. And what I've found over the last year campaigning across 11 counties is that there's a real question when I started this as to whether folks would continue to participate in our democracy in 2022. We're facing huge challenges, right? Constitutional rights are being ripped away, our democracy is imperiled, the middle class has been weakened, our labor unions are being weakened. And when you face adversity like that, the easy thing to do is to cower from it and to throw up your hands and to retreat from our democracy. And I wondered when I launched the campaign if that's what we'd be met with. And what I've seen instead is all of you getting out, engaging in our democracy, standing up, fighting back, knocking on doors, making phone calls, getting out the vote. And it has given me a huge amount of hope. And it has inspired me. And I want to thank you for that. And it is my huge, huge honor to introduce the Lieutenant Governor, who has inspired me and is a role model to me and a true public servant. And I'm so thrilled to introduce you, Antonio Delgado, everybody.
Broome County. Broome County. Thank you. First, let me just say thank you to Barb for your leadership, for making sure that we stay the course and understand the objective and understand our values and our principles as Democrats. You hear from quality people, you know, whether it's Josh, whether it's Leah, whether it's Donna, whether it's Jason, every single one of them speaks with a certain quality, a certain moral compass that is grounded in something I would say even deeper than left-right politics. More grounded in what's right versus what's wrong. And listening to these wonderful public servants and leaders, I thought about the thread line that I was hearing. And if you listen close enough, you would hear words like facts and truth and democracy, and then effectiveness, solutions, the programs that come about, built upon all of that. And if you actually tie all that together, you really do begin to understand the stakes. And here's what I mean. Why do facts matter? Why? Why does truth matter? We hear a lot of folks talk about freedom, right? How important freedom is. Freedom. And it is absolutely imperative. But how did it get it? How did it get to a place where you can move about society freely? Where you can, yes, amen. Amen to that. Fight for it. But you also have to create order. You have to be able to make decisions based on some shared objective reality. Amen. When you pull up to a red light, it's got to be a fact that it's a red light. And you count on that being a fact. And if it's green, you go. And there's a collective sense of responsibility, a collective acceptance of what's real and what is not. And the moment we start forgetting about that distinction, how can you make free thinking decisions? How can you confidently make your way throughout the world trying to provide for yourself and your family, or even keeping yourself and your family safe, if everything is up for grabs? If you go outside, you think the sky is blue, but somebody walks up and says, nope, it's green. How does that work? So let's think about freedom, people, and make sure that we understand that for a free society to be, we need facts. We need truth. This has to matter. And so when you have leaders at every level of government now, federal, state, right here in our own backyard in New York, trying to ascend to power on a bed of lies, willing to throw out free and fair elections, and willing to question the legitimacy of a legitimate election, willing to say the election was rigged just because they lost, not because it's a fact. The question becomes, what is their motivation? How can you have a democratic society if you don't have freedom? Right? It's kind of a critical principle for democracy that you have freedom, that everybody, your race, your gender, your sexual orientation, your religion, doesn't matter. Right? Everybody should be free to pursue whatever their happiness might be. Everybody should be afforded equal protection under the law, and no one should be above it. This is what we all agree to in a democracy. So when you have individuals making their way, seeking political power, and doing so with lies and misinformation, you have to ask yourself, what is their motivation? It can't be because they believe in democracy.
Greed.
It can't be because they believe in freedom. Maybe freedom for a few, right? Maybe freedom for certain people, but that's not democracy. And so when you think about how we move between now and the election day, please think about the challenge in front of us. This is deep because we're seeing it everywhere across the country. And we're seeing it in our own state here, where there are folks who are determined to put everything aside, be it truth, be it facts, be it integrity, be it character, be it decency, be it civility, be it honesty, be it compassion, be it love. It doesn't matter. As long as they can grab on to power.
That's it.
And do whatever they wish. Greed, I heard. Right? Somewhere along the way, labor, organized labor, got trumped by organized greed. And a lot of folks now,
Yeah, absolutely.
and a lot of folks now are feeling detached because they're not feeling that level of connection to their government. And it's incumbent upon us who believe in government, who believe in thoughtful, responsible, caring government to step up and do the work. And so now I come to you with one request. Stop thinking. Okay? It's easy to wake up every morning and check the polls and read the Twitter accounts and say, oh my goodness, what happened? Who said what? Who cares? Control what you can control, and that's you.
Wow.
And that's you.
Yep. Yeah.
If you voted, great. Now go find 10 more people who can vote. Make sure they have a plan. If you knocked on doors, go knock on some more doors. Phone bank, go make some more phone calls. Do whatever you have to do to dig in and get it done. The stakes are too high. And as a father, first, I can't tell you, the idea that we have leaders running around lying through their teeth the way they do, fear-mongering and peddling and hate, is destructive. And it's incumbent upon all of us to change the tide. It's incumbent upon all of us to live up to our ideals and our principles. So bear down and be great. Be great in this moment and understand that our future is what we make it. It's what we make it. So vote, 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 and make sure you find folks and get them out there. And do everything you can in your power to run us all the way through Election Day. I love you. I love you.